Whoa, whoa, whoa. Before you throw your computer away in the trash because you can't hear anything in Pro Tools, here's my 3 tips to get it fixed fast.
Ooh, see, it's doing a little something.
So if you're brand new to the channel, we haven't met, my name is Jordan Easler, a part of My Audio Academy. And the first tip that I would give to fix this problem has to be adjusting your playback engine. So what we've got here is we've got a template that's imported that is not my template. So this template is not gonna be set up according to my setup. So whenever we press play,
I can't hear you!
So what we're gonna do to fix it is the first thing that we need to do is we need to come up here to our playback engine. And how we're gonna get there is we're gonna go to setup, then we're gonna go to playback engine. And this is where the issue number 1 comes in. You wanna make sure that your playback engine device is set up according to your personal interface. So the interface that we're using within this tutorial is going to be a Universal Audio Apollo Twin. So as you can see here, we've got the Universal Audio Thunderbolt. That's obviously gonna be the Twin. We're gonna click that, and then we are going to click yes. If you did that last step and you didn't see your interface as an option to select, you may wanna go and update your device drivers. And I know this is kind of funny to mention, but I've done this before. Sometimes my interfaces came unplugged and I try to plug it back in. What you're gonna have to do in that scenario, you're just gonna have to quit out of Pro Tools, restart the system, and then whenever you've updated your drivers and made sure that your interface is plugged in, you would just do the exact same steps and your interface should be an option to select. The next thing that we need to look at is going to be our I/O settings, specifically in our setup window. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back to the same option up here at setup. We're going to go to I/O. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna set some things up to make sure that Pro Tools is effectively communicating back and forth with your interface. You see these tabs up here. We're just going to go to input. We are going to go to default. We are going to go to output. We are going to go to default. And more than likely, yours are not gonna say, you know, what mine say here. Yours is probably gonna say something a little bit different unless you're using an Apollo Twin. But whenever you click default, it's just kind of syncing things up with Pro Tools and your interface. Then we're going to go to bus. And then here, we're also going to go to default. Now we can go ahead and click OK. But if you want to speed up your Pro Tools learning curve and ensure that you're not skipping any key, relevant, foundational steps in Pro Tools, I would highly, highly encourage to check out our 1-hour in-depth Pro Tools training, the Record Radio Ready Vocals Training Pro Tools Edition. We're gonna walk you step by step, being your personal guide, helping you record those radio ready vocals without spending thousands of dollars on plugins and the most expensive microphones. We're gonna give you our top tips to maximize the plugins that you already got within your Pro Tools subscription. And we've just thrown in some really, really cool bonuses that go right along with the training as well. So if this connects with you and where you are in your journey, you can check that out at introtorecording.com. So after we've got our I/O settings set up within our setup window, now we actually need to adjust it within our Pro Tools workspace window. As you can see over here, you see the I/O settings. So if you don't see the I/O settings, you just want to come over here and click this tab here. You want to make sure that I/O is selected so you can quickly access that. And what we're going to do now is we are going to sync some things up to help Pro Tools communicate with our interface. So as you can see where this template came from, the setup, I don't have a playback 3 and 4 within my interface. So what we need to do is we need to find the output that correlates with our interface. So I'm going to go, more than likely, it's going to be the very top one that you see here. And in our case, I believe it is. Yours is not going to say 1 and 2. It's going to be whatever your interface says. But more than likely, it's going to be the very first option that you see here. And we're going to go ahead and update a few more things. So our vocal bus, we need to make sure that that's appropriately outputted to the same output. And up here with our master fader, we're going to make sure that that's also selected. So now, if we've done everything correct, whenever we press play, we've got sound. You see how easy that was? And it would not be a bad idea as you are along your journey to scroll down just a little bit. There's a little subscribe button. You may want to go ahead and click that subscribe button because we're coming with all the stuff that's going to help propel your career as an audio engineer, and you're exactly who we made this channel for. But that wraps it up for this video. We'll see you soon. Peace.